Welcome to Gray Overload. I'm Anthony, and AMD has launched their 4000 G series desktop processors. With AMD launching the Ryzen 4000 G series desktop processors, I was pretty excited as these were something I was looking at to upgrade my Plex server and media center, and that little computer I use quite a bit. I wanted a little bit more horsepower, a little bit hopefully faster graphics on it, and I was excited to actually use it a little bit more and be able to have that extra horsepower in there. Only to find out that these are not actually launched for everybody right now. So that was a big disappointment. And then I continued on reading, and yeah, it was interesting what AMD's doing here. They're going to be released to system integrators, and then SIs, and they also have a Pro lineup. And I'm not going to focus too much on the Pro lineup. You get some of the Pro features that AMD has in that, but they basically match the consumer side ones as well. And they have everything from the Ryzen 7 4700G, and they have the same thing in the GE series, all the way down to the Ryzen 3 4300G and GE. There's a Ryzen 5 4600G in there and GE as well. And those range from 4 cores, 8 threads, all the way up with the 47G having 8 cores and 16 threads. Also has, between 6 and 8 GPU cores with a good amount of cache, and they look like that they got good boost speeds as well. So AMD seems to have put a product out there that looks to be pretty competitive in what it is. Now, I was hoping that we'd have a little bit stronger GPU, maybe somewhere up into that 15 to 25 core range of the GPU side. That I don't know if that would make it too big or if that would just be incompatible with the AM4 socket. But I was really hoping for something a little bit more. I didn't want to have to buy a graphics card for this machine, and I think that there's a lot of people like that where they want a machine and they want to buy a graphics card. AMD did come out with an Athlon, 3 Athlons as well, from 2 cores and 4 threads to 4 cores and 4 threads. And these have 3 GPU cores on them, and they have the Athlon Silver 3050 GE, the Athlon Gold 3150 GE, and the Athlon Gold 3150G. Really, AMD, why did you have to go and use gold and silver just like Intel's Pentium lineup? I understand a little bit of the copying, a little bit of, hey, let's take what Intel did so well, but this is getting kind of out of hand. Your naming schemes already need help, and you're deciding to use Intel, which needs even more help than you do with naming schemes. Not really a good look here, but in all, these processors are ranging from 65 or 35 watts, depending on if you're G or GE. Again, there's a whole Pro lineup for it. One disappointing side is um, they're not out. I can just go buy them, and hopefully they would work with my 4000 or 400 series motherboard. If not, the 5000 series are out, and that would be something I look at upgrading. But I want that extra horsepower, those little extra cores, especially in the CPU side, and hopefully the GPU with the speed increase of the GPU cores really shows and stretches its legs on like a transcoding, where I'm doing quite a bit of transcoding and stuff on that Plex server, on that media server. I want to play, a little bit of games, nothing like my desktop, nothing like the Xbox. I just want to sit and enjoy a game every once in a while. It doesn't have to be great resolution or great fidelity. It just needs to be playable. And I was hoping that these would be that replacement, that next step. And it looks like we're still going to be waiting a little bit longer for that, which is fine, but I want to start seeing some of this. Again, this is going to be based upon, or older architectures too. It's not going to be based upon the Zen 3 or the Navi stuff that AMD currently has out for the desktops. It's going to be based upon, or currently have coming with Zen 3. This is going to be the Zen 2 architecture combined with an improved Vega architecture for these APUs, which is supposed to be much improved. They're actually just the desktop versions of the mobile chips that have been out for a little bit. I do expect that these will come to consumers probably around the launch of the Zen 3, the rest of the 4000 series for Zen 3. Maybe at some point AMD might iron this out a little bit more with these APUs and naming schemes with the, actual, Zen 3 and Zen 2 architectures, and maybe iron this out a little bit more. Time will tell. I was actually hoping that I kind of like where I don't mind the naming schemes that much, but I'm really hoping that the other 8 cores start rolling down the Ryzen 5s for their normal lineup, and that 16 um, and 12 core kind of start getting pushed down. We can start seeing, AMD push the core counts lower into their stack so that they leave room to increase it, or really, I would say even put pressure on Intel in the long run for this. So overall, I'm not going to go into any performance stuff because I wish AMD would have put out all the in the disclaimers, everything that they were testing, how they were testing it. They're also in their slides that I saw a lot of 9000 series, which the 10,000 series is out, so I'm more focused on, hey, let's see where this compares to the 10,000 series. AMD seems to be dropping the ball more and more on getting those factors out. I've even read some other articles and listened to some things where people are concerned about that. And I've done a thing where AMD needs to prove its marketing before as well, and they do. They need to get this right. They need to be upfront and honest. Who cares if you show something that maybe somebody can take and be like, that maybe you're not in your best light. At least you're being honest, and it goes to show if you're being upfront and honest, most people will, give you a little bit more leniency than hiding something and just showing, trying to get numbers in your favor, only to find out, hey, they're not in the right light. And that really aggravates, especially me, but probably a lot of other users, where what are we going to trust and how are we going to trust it, right? We have to build trust here at AMD. A lot of things right now around the world just is we have to build trust to get so that people can rely on that the data you're giving out is actually accurate and true. So overall, I think that these are going to be a great option for people, especially if you need an APU or want an APU. I'm already thinking about different systems. Like I want to upgrade that Plex server, but even different people that around me that are looking for a computer, this is a great option for them. And I think that they don't need that dedicated graphics card, and this you can plop in and be off to the races with. It's a pretty low power footprint. I really wish that the GE models would be out because 35 watts. I know a lot of people that want just a 35 watt, something low power, nothing too much. They just want to run in the background all the time. So with that, hopefully that's a good thing here, and maybe we'll see them. Maybe they're not just going to be for system integrators, and we get the luxury as DIYers to really push forward. Now, I will say this. I'm glad AMD's focusing on system integrators. I'm glad they're pushing for these products to get out there into built systems, because there's a huge market segment that is just built systems. With the DIYers like me and you guys probably listening, we love to build our computers, right? We love to get in there and create a system for ourselves or for somebody. But a lot of systems out there are built based upon these already pre-built systems, and there's a lot of money there for AMD. So hopefully that they can expand their reach with this and get some extra income as well. One other thing I hope that these do, I haven't read anywhere to see otherwise, but maybe AMD will have these APUs higher than 2 gigabytes of RAM accessible by the system in the BIOS. I like to start seeing this go to 4, 8, allow a little bit more, especially because I think my upstairs system is 32 gigs. If I could put 8 towards the graphics side and that would help it out a little bit, that would be, I would really enjoy it, right? So a little extra speed there. Only time will tell to see if AMD lets us do that, and to see if there's really any performance benefit. I could see where AMD says we're actually bandwidth strapped, so we can't do it. But I like to try, right? See what the results are, and then have the user make the decision, and not, a pre-architected thing. So with that, let me know what your thoughts are on these processors. Are you looking at getting one? Would you like them out now, or do you think it's okay that AMD's waiting for I don't know, probably when they launched the rest of the 4000 series with the Zen 3 architecture. Do you find it confusing that AMD's constantly mixing the prior generation architectures with the current generation AP or with the current generation series of APUs and regular CPUs? Is that all confusing? And where do you think AMD should kind of go with their naming schemes? I do like one thing where the Pro Series ones now have like the 4750 instead of the 4700. That is an improvement in the right direction. But if you're going to do that and have the 50s be your Pro models, you really have to not have them on your consumer models. So that 3950X should be the 3900, the 3800 should be the 12 core, and so you have 1612, and then the 8 core could be the 3700, or if you want to skip it, make it a 3600, make the APU the 4700, and kind of get that cadence in there going forward. Something like that I think would be very interesting. So with that, let me know what your thoughts are. Leave the comments below. I enjoy reading them. And until next time, I would want to say thank you guys for helping support this channel and helping it grow. I really appreciate it. And I want to say God bless, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.